Hey guys, and welcome to another NIKKE Goddess of Victory video. And today, we will be taking a look at some more characters coming to the game soon. I figured that this would make for a good video so that you guys can see which characters you like the most based on their design, and you can decide to save now if you wish to do so. And as always, if you enjoyed this video or find it useful, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump right in. So the first character we have is this one. The Chinese text on the bottom translates to Metropolitan SWAT, which means she's supposed to be some type of police force, but she looks more like a firefighter to me. She's using a sniper rifle in this picture, and she has two drones that follow her, something that we'll see in her burst animation. Her design is pretty cool. It sort of gives me the same vibe as Polly's design, so let me know how you guys feel about this character's design, and let's move on to the next one. This next one was included in my previous character videos, but we only had a partial look at her. Now we have the full picture and you can clearly see how she will look in game. The Chinese text translates to urban firefighter, which is pretty straightforward. I'm really digging how her outfit looks because it's similar to Maxwell's and Santi's outfit, wherein they also have the separated top. We can see her using an SMG, and she's also carrying a megaphone, which she might use during her burst skill animation. Overall, I'm really liking her design, especially now that we have a better picture of her. And now, let's move on to the next character. The next one doesn't just have a picture, but we will actually be able to take a look at her character preview animation. The text at the bottom translates to spacesuit, and just like what it says, she's rocking that white and yellow spacesuit with matching Balenciagas on, which looks really cool, and she also has that Hatsune Miku-esque hairstyle. I can't quite tell which weapon type she will be using, but one thing for sure is that she won't be throwing around that plant for an attack. This next character is also one that we've covered in one of my previous videos. But now we actually have her character preview animation, and just like before, I still really like her design, and I'm also a big fan of those two SMG gauntlets she's using. For the next character, we have this one. I remember seeing her from Helm's Story, but I can't quite remember her name off the top of my head. It's basically confirmed that she's playable because she now has a character splash art, shooting animation, and idle combat animation. Also, if you're wondering, the text below translates to Ghost and Radar. Her design looks nice, but I'm not really a big fan of it, but let me know what you think in the comments below. This next character we have is currently not named, and the text below translates to unknown member. She has that sort of streetwear aesthetic going on, and she even has that StockX tag still hanging from her shoe. You can see her carrying a grenade launcher, which has a pretty simple design, and overall, her design looks okay, and it reminds me of one of those outfits from Tower of Fantasy. But with that said, let's move on to the next one. This next character will be from the Tetra line of units. She has that Morgana color scheme which looks pretty sick, and she's wearing that very fancy short skirt dress. She's also carrying a sniper which has a very cool colorway, and the chain on it is a very nice touch in my opinion. I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing more pictures of her in-game or even actual gameplay. So let me know what you think of her design, and let's move on to the next one. I was supposed to include this next character in my previous video, but her design gave me an NPC vibe because of the art style, but now I decided to include her on this one because she was on the file. It would be interesting how they could go about making her weapon. Imagine if they actually made her use cards as projectiles instead of a gun. I really think it would be awesome, but hopefully we get to see more pictures of her in the future. And now let's move on to the next character. This next character is interesting because it says that she's the same characters as the one we saw before, the one using SMG gauntlets, but this one has a totally different weapon. In this picture, it looks like she's carrying a sniper rifle or shotgun, and her hair color and outfit also changed. It would be interesting to discover what her story is, and I'm assuming that they would be two separate characters. There's a big reason why I really like her design, and I can't wait to see more of her soon. And next up we have this character with a very beautiful black and white design on her outfit. On her splash art, it looks like she has a very big cloak behind her back, but that thing is somewhat inexistent when she is in combat, which I know for some people is a good thing because they have a lot of problems when it comes to the other characters we have now. Overall, her design looks really good, and I like how a lot of the upcoming units have a very unique style and look. Next up we have this character from the Pilgrim line. She has a teal or blue and white color scheme, and she is also carrying a big melee weapon alongside her two shoulder cannons, it seems like. I feel like a lot of people will save for her just based on her design, so let me know what you think about her look, and let's move on to the next character. This next character might be familiar if you've seen my other videos. In the previous video, I thought that she would be an NPC because her picture didn't really give off a playable character vibe, plus we don't usually see this pose from other characters. But now, they are saying that she will be an assault rifle user from the Elysian character line. I wonder how they will incorporate all the weapons that she's carrying, so I'm expecting for it to look good in-game. There's also another character with her in this picture, but she doesn't have any other details about her. Her outfit and weapon design looks really cool, but I'm not really a big fan of her hairstyle, specifically because of the hair color. Next up, we have another character from the Tetra line of units. This is another character with a pretty unique design which I really like. She has very pointy pigtails per se, which reminds me of my life as a teenage robot, and she has a pretty simple office worker looking outfit. She is also carrying something that might definitely be her weapon, but I can't quite make out what it's supposed to be. Overall, her design is okay, but I wouldn't put her over the other characters that we've already seen. Next up, we have this character. First things first, I have to say that I really like her outfit. I'm just a sucker for separated tops for these characters. And especially for her, everything just fits well. The color scheme also looks really good, and she's using a rocket launcher with what looks like a fox's head right in front of it. There's really not much to say about her. Her overall concept is pretty simple, but it still looks really good. We also have a quick preview of her burst skill animation, which is probably one of the better ones that we've looked at for the upcoming characters. This next character has a separated top, so you already know I like her design. And just like some of the other characters that we've taken a look at, she has also been in one of my previous videos, but we've only seen this one photo. Now we have some more pictures from her story, firing position, and we even have her reloading animation. You can see her using a shotgun, so if you're a big fan of shotgun teams, she might be a great addition to your team. And as a bonus, we also have her burst skill animation, which I think is the best one so far out of all the characters that we've seen for the upcoming characters. And for this next one, we have this character. She is rocking that vintage looking dress, which sort of looks like a Victorian maid dress with red accents. And when you look at her reload animation, it looks like she's going to be a machine gun user. And last but not least, I specifically saved this one for the end, so if you haven't done chapter 7 stage 24, and you don't want spoilers, you can skip ahead on this part. But for the rest of you who stayed, this next character is Modernia. She is of course an SSR unit, but it's also been revealed that she will be using a machine gun and she will be in the Pilgrim line of units. We also have a quick preview of what it looks like her burst skill animation. Although it looks unfinished, it will still give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Those are all of the new early looks for the upcoming characters in NIKKE. Hopefully you've been able to find at least one character that you're interested in pulling for, and if not, feel free to check out my 2 other videos about the other characters if you want to see more. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.